How you doing, VC? Long time no see. It's me, Scott, back again with a music update. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I made a video, so I've got a lot of things accumulating, vinyl and CDs, so I thought I would make an update to get these out of the way because I do have more stuff coming. Um, Sorry I've been away for so long. I've tried to watch and comment on videos, but I've just had a really busy couple of weeks. I do kickboxing during the week, and this last few weeks I've had gradings and competitions. I've actually got a competition tomorrow, and I've got a competition up north next Saturday, so it's just a busy time, but hopefully in a week that's all going to kind of calm down again for a bit. So yeah, got a stack of CDs and some vinyl. Some vinyl I have bought, and some was a bit of a freebie because basically my wife's friend's husband, who's a bit older, is just basically getting rid of his collection, and he gave me a box to look through and said, look, take what you want, I don't want any money for them. They'll probably be going to a charity shop or whatever anyway, so had a wee rake through and got some stuff out of there. But I'll get on to the vinyl. First off, I will get into these CDs. Now, the first CD is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and their greatest hits from 1993. Not the type of artist I'd usually show on my channel, but really enjoy some of the Tom Petty stuff, especially the song American Girl. I would just buy this album just for that song. I actually love that song. And you've also got the usuals like Refugee, I Won't Back Down, Running Down a Dream, Free Fallin', Into the Great Wide Open, all the usual Tom Petty hits. So for under £3, I wasn't leaving that behind, so there we go. Next one is a new release. It was released last Friday. I did pre-order the vinyl from Amazon, but you know, Amazon, they take far too many orders and didn't have enough, so I'm still waiting on the vinyl. So I thought I'd pick up the CD in the meantime, and it's from Ghost. This is their fourth release called Prequel, and I was a bit disappointed with this, to be honest. The first song they released was called Rats, which I thought was an absolutely amazing song. They've also got a song called Faith, which is a really great song as well, but after that it kind of loses me a wee bit. It's much more like a slower tempo and a bit softer from their last release, Meliora, which was just a perfect album. So whatever they were going to release, it was going to be hard to compare to their last album. But yeah, I think they just could have put a bit more effort into this. It kind of goes down a much softer route, and it has a lot of kind of 80s pop influences, which is fine, but not when you're expecting something completely different. So anyway, that's their latest release, and it did come on this very thin digipack as well, which I don't really like, but that is that. So that's Ghost. Next is a really cheap pickup, and it's from Within Temptation, and it's The Unforgiving. I first heard Within Temptation probably about 10 years ago. I was actually searching for the song Shot in the Dark by Ozzy Osbourne, and the song Shot in the Dark by Within Temptation came up, so I thought I'd just give it a shot, and I absolutely loved it. Female fronted symphonic metal, and definitely worth checking out, so that's Within Temptation. Next two were really cheap pickups. First one I actually do have on vinyl, but always great to have it on CD, and it's Y&T Contagious from 1987. And along with that, I got 1990s 10, which I don't own on vinyl, but I do own on cassette. So that was good for a wee cheap pickup. Next one was a bit of a surprise. I've been looking for more Creator over the last couple of months. I did pick up their latest release, Gods of Violence, which I think is just a superb album. It's a perfect album for me, and a couple of the guys in the VC mentioned to go back to about 2000 and then work up, because that's when their kind of more melodic stuff was starting to be released. So that's exactly what I did, and I picked up Hordes of Chaos. I can't remember when this was from or what year. I think it's like maybe 2009 or something. But what I didn't know was this is the limited edition, which includes the bonus DVD. So it's actually like a wee box set, which I just thought I was getting the CD. So inside you get all the good stuff, booklet and this kind of thing here. So I was really pleased with that. What year was this out in? No idea. Anyway, doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, that's Creator and Hordes of Chaos. Next one is a band that I've seen mentioned a couple of times in the VC. Well, more than a couple of times, but I've never really given them a shot. And I saw this best of CD for really cheap, and I thought I'd pick it up. And what I've heard so far, I've really enjoyed. And it's Thunder, the best of from 1989 to 1995. I've only listened to maybe 5 or 6 songs off this, and there's 16 songs on this greatest hits. And what I've heard, I've really enjoyed. So it could be a band that I do go back and pick up some of their albums. I have seen their albums out in the wild before, and they're really expensive. I think it's maybe because a lot of their stuff is early 90s. So anyway, that is the best of Thunder. The next two are from the same band, and it's a band I don't think gets enough appreciation, especially from the metal community in the VC anyway, and that is Accept. I picked up Metal Heart, which I was actually just listening to this in the car yesterday, and I thought, I don't think I've ever seen this album being mentioned in the VC. I mean, it might have been mentioned before, but I've never seen it being mentioned, and it's just an absolutely awesome album. Probably the top 3 Accept albums. And I know a lot of people get put off by Udo's voice. I was the same when I first started listening to Accept. It really put me off, but I've really got used to it, and I'm just really enjoying Accept now. So yeah, if you've not heard Metal Heart, please go and check it out, because it's really decent. And I also picked up Objection Overruled. I mean, Accept CDs are actually quite expensive to pick up. I mean, even these were still like pre-owned, but they were still like £6. And some of them were just really hard to find. One of them is the album Stalingrad, which I've looked for and I just can't find. And it's one of those, it is a newer album from them, but it's not sold in the shops for some reason. So anyway, that's Objection Overruled, Accept. Next one is from Bonfire, and it's their 1991 release, Knockout. Definitely not their best album, but still definitely worth picking up, because Bonfire CDs do not come around that often. I would really like to pick up Fireworks on CD. I've got it on vinyl, but I would love that for the car. So yeah, that is a Bonfire, Knockout. And of course, the token Wasp album that I always seem to be showing. I can't really do an update without showing some Wasp. So another rare pickup though, and it's the Neon God Part 2, The Demise. Part 2 of 2. You do get the Neon God Part 1, The Rise, which I'm still on the lookout for, but these CDs are really hard to come by, and when you see them, if you don't have them, you've got to pick them up. So that is Wasp, the Neon God Part 2. It is quite a heavy album. It's not as melodic in ways like other Wasp albums are, but definitely worth checking out. And especially, I do prefer the Rise album, which has the song The Raging Storm, which is just an absolutely awesome song. So yeah, that's Wasp, the Neon God Part 2. So that is the CDs. I'll quickly move on to the vinyl, and the first one is from Lee Aaron, Canadian singer who I mentioned, I think maybe a month or two ago in one of my updates. I picked up a couple of their albums for really cheap, and a few guys mentioned this album, Metal Queen, which I'd already heard before, but I knew it was definitely worth picking up, and I saw this for a really good price, so I just pulled the trigger on it. Yeah, if you've not heard Lee Aaron, definitely check out Metal Queen. It's absolutely awesome. Inside, it just comes in this standard sleeve, so really have to pick that up. Lee Aaron, Metal Queen. That's from 1984. Now for some, I would say tier 2 hard rock, late 80s hard rock, and it's Black and Blue in Heat from 1988. Like I said, it's not, I wouldn't say it's the best hard rock out there, but definitely worth picking up because Black and Blue albums are so cheap. I think I got this for $2.99, and it's in pretty decent condition as well. As you can see on here, you do have Tommy Thayer from Kiss, who plays with Kiss now. So yeah, for $2.99, worth to pick up. Black and Blue. Next one is an album that came as a recommendation from the VC, and it's because Bev Clarko-Vision sent this album as VCLT to Cloud the Milder, and I got in touch with Andy to see what he thought of the album because you couldn't really get a lot of the songs on YouTube, so I thought I'd get his opinion, and he said that I would really enjoy it. It's a bit like Bon Jovi, and he was right, I really did enjoy it. That kind of hard rock with the acoustic guitars, I thought it was a mix of kind of like Bon Jovi and Tesla, so but I really enjoyed it, and I picked this up. I basically saw it in the online store that I use, that's why it kind of rung a bell, and then I was on eBay and I found it for even cheaper. I think it was a $5 in the online store that I use, and I think it was like $3.99 on eBay, so I just went for the eBay version, and it's come in absolutely amazing condition. So that is Warp Drive and Gimme Gimme. Next up is from Lizzie Borden, and it's their second release, Menace to Society. I'm always on the lookout for Lizzie Borden, really enjoy it. It's just kind of straight up heavy metal. And there you go with the lyric sheet and kind of band caricature on the back. Yeah, can't go wrong with a bit of Lizzie Borden, and I think they've just actually released a new album, so I'll have to check that out. And the last one of my pickups is from, I think these guys are Canadian. Are they Canadian? I might have just made that up. It's Killer Dwarfs and Big Deal. Love a bit of Killer Dwarfs, just kind of straight up hard rock. I'm really looking for their album, I think it's Stand Tall, really great album. So that was my first LP of Killer Dwarfs. So they were my pickups. The rest are going to be from this collection I got to have a wee rake through and got as freebies basically. So the first one I was actually really pleased to see because it's actually an album I've been looking for. It's not metal, it's kind of classic, I don't know what you'd call it actually, but it's Supertramp, and it's Breakfast in America from 1979. And I have been looking for this album, and I know it's not rock, it's not metal, but I really enjoy Supertramp. I do have their greatest hits on CD, so I was really happy to see this in his collection. And this has got songs like the logical song Goodbye Stranger, Breakfast in America, Take the Long Way Home. I mean, they're songs that everyone's going to recognise really, and they're in great condition apart from being a bit dusty. As for scratches, they're absolutely great condition, and the inners and jackets are awesome as well, so can't go wrong with that. So that's Supertramp and Breakfast in America. Now the rest are from the same band, and it's Queen. So if you don't like Queen, you're probably best switching off now. Queen are a band that I'm not heavily into, but there's a lot of albums here, and I thought I would kick myself if in the near future I got I started to appreciate Queen a bit more, and I basically gave all these albums away. So I did take all the Queen albums out this collection. I don't know if they're in order, I've no idea, so I'm just going to go through them and you can tell me what you think anyway. But like I said, all vinyl is at least VG+, and all the outer sleeves are at least VG+ as well, so here we go. First off, 1973's self-titled, Queen. And it's amazing when you go through Queen albums how much you don't recognise. I don't think I know any of the songs on this album. And I think the reason I don't get into Queen as much is basically the songs that I do know have been so overplayed I could just shoot my radio. So just the usual inner there. So that's Queen. Next is Queen 2. Comes in this strange gatefold. It opens out this way. Inside, standard sleeve. Next up is News of the World. Also a gatefold, which opens really weird as well. With customised lyric sheets. Next is A Night at the Opera. And inside you do get a custom sleeve, and you get this Queen Invite You to A Night at the Opera booklet. So all this kind of stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. Next is Jazz. Songs on this. Fat Bottom Girls, Bicycle Race, Don't Stop Me Now. And I think this would be quite good to go through and actually just listen to their kind of like album tracks and see what they're like. Inside you get this kind of glossy inner sleeve. Next is Hot Space, and this is in excellent condition. This is from 1982, and I think the only song I know on this is Under Pressure. So that is that one. Next one up is The Game. This is from 1980 and has the likes of Another One Bites the Dust and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Next one is The Works. And you've got Radio Gaga. What else? I Want to Break Free, which I actually hate, but never mind. And custom lyric sheet. And the last one is A Day at the Races, which has the likes of Somebody to Love, and that's pretty much the only one I know. Yeah, so that is pretty much all the Queen that was in that collection. So I thought I would just pick it up. Like I say, I'm not the biggest Queen fan at all, but I thought if I do start to get an appreciation for Queen, I would be absolutely gutted if I gave all of them away, so they're going to be staying in the collection for now. So that's it. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll try not to leave it too long next time. As usual, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my pickups as well, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Cheers.